Welcome to a deep dive. We're going to unpack the source material you've shared, pulling out the really interesting bits.
And for this one, we're looking at a personal blog post. It's called Week 24 Review, Health, Hobbies, and Progress, dated June 15th, 2025.
Right. So our mission today, it's more than just a summary, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. We want to really dig into the nitty-gritty, the activities, the goals they set, the challenges faced, and the progress they made or didn't make.
Yeah, across a whole bunch of different things. Health stats, creative projects, tech stuff.
Exactly. And the big question is, what can we actually learn from tracking things this closely across so many different areas of life?
It's like getting this super detailed weekly map of someone's self-improvement journey, maybe, and their hobbies, too.
It's not just what they did, but what the tracking itself tells us.
Okay, let's get into it.
Yeah.
The author kicks off saying health is foundational,
Yeah.
supposed to power everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So what health stuff were they tracking this week?
Okay, so several key metrics. Sleep was a big one. Target, 7 hours a night.
Yeah. Did they hit it?
Pretty much, yeah. The average was right around 7 hours. Though, individual nights varied, like 6 to 8 hours.
And I saw this great little note in there. One night's sleep was off because they had too much green tea.
Yeah.
That's so real life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shows how these small daily choices can just knock your tracking off course.
Totally. It
Yeah.
really highlights that it's not just about the number itself, but understanding what goes in and what comes out,
Yeah.
Steps were another big one. Daily goal, 5,600.
How'd they do there?
This week was a bit lower. Average was just over 5,100 steps.
And there was a reason, right? They mentioned being sick.
Exactly. Sickness.
Yeah.
The lowest day really dipped down to like 2,300 steps.
So right there, you see life happening. External stuff impacting those neat, quantifiable goals.
And that same sickness messed with their intermittent fasting, too.
Oh, yeah.
Usually they do a 16.8 schedule, but they had to, stop it this week.
Why was that?
Some kind of sporadic inflammation, needed medication, apparently, which meant going back to 3 meals a day.
And stopping the fasting. Did that affect weight? I saw they tracked that, too.
It seems like maybe a tiny bit. The average for the week was 67.16 kilograms. That's up just 0.25 kilograms over the 7 days.
Okay, so a very small increase.
Yeah, and the range was tight, between 66.90s and 67.30 kilograms. What's interesting is, despite stopping fasting and that slight bump, they seemed pretty confident it wouldn't go up much long term. They put it down to their overall diet and lifestyle, even though being sick meant more takeaways, less home cooking.
It shows awareness, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They also mentioned trying out digestive enzyme.
To improve digestion, and planning to bring back daily green smoothies.
Right, they noted those helped with inflammation before. So it's like, okay, setback happens, adapt the plan.
Exactly. Adapting based on what's happening and what worked before. And physical activity wasn't just steps.
Yeah, what else?
Little things. Short workouts, light walks, even just like gardening and raking leaves counted as movement.
Integrating it into life.
Yeah. And they started doing simple push-ups.
Yeah.
Just tracking the start of that habit, even if it wasn't daily yet.
Okay, so moving from body to mind, meditation was tracked too, framed as exercising the mind.
Yep. The practice involved sitting meditation just for a minute or so, like a quick focus, sometimes walking meditation, and also mentally noting thoughts and feelings.
Yeah.
Just observing, labeling, no judgment.
And how did they feel it went?
They noted feeling stoic as usual, and interestingly, they linked this mental practice to helping manage the inflammation during the week.
Whoa. Okay, so a potential connection there between the mental state and the physical symptoms. That's fascinating.
It really is. How tracking can maybe surface these links you wouldn't otherwise notice.
Okay, shifting gears. Cooking was tracked. Goals there were about, like, controlling consumption and learning skills.
Yeah, specifics were pretty simple this week, though. Regular miso soup, different additions, hard-boiled eggs consistently, seemed focused on reliable staples.
Gotcha. Not complex new recipes.
Yeah.
Then there's decluttering. Goal. Minimalism.
And a very specific tactic. Clear one item from anywhere on the way to the kitchen, process-based.
Did it work?
Well, progress was noted, mostly outside. Front and backyard, clearing space for racks for seed starting.
Okay.
But the review explicitly says some areas saw zero progress. Workspace paperwork, curtains, a forgotten drawer.
So tracking highlights the sticky spots, too. Even with a system, some things just lag behind.
Exactly. It shows where the focus wasn't.
Reading goals next. Improving writing, consuming wisely, mental health support.
They mentioned a specific book, something on managing blood pressure, sugar, lipids, HIN, it said.
Hmm.
But the note was clear. Nothing on this yet.
So another goal tracked, but no movement that week.
Correct. But they were doing other reading, skimming fiction, gardening books, like 5–10 minutes daily.
So general reading activity happened, just not on that specific target book. It differentiates, doesn't it?
It does. General habit versus specific goal progress.
Okay, let's hit the technical stuff. Coding. Goals focused on building, learning, contributing to open source. Flaw assess.
Right. So they kept up a consistent habit, hopping through GitHub repos, fixing small typos for daily pull requests, little contributions. And for their own projects, they're migrating tools, moving to UV for dependencies and Nox for testing environments.
Can you quickly explain what those are, UV and Nox?
Sure. Think of UV as a super fast tool to make sure your software project has all the right pieces it needs. And Nox helps set up clean, separate spaces to test your code, making sure it works in different setups.
Got it. And here's where it connects back, which I thought was really cool.
Ah, the writing connection.
Yeah. The writing section mentioned publishing 2 posts a day, reviewing old ones.
Yeah.
They said they did more random writing, but specifically called out writing a post about using virtual environments with Nox and UV.
Right.
They said they finally grok it, like truly understood and solved the problem they were having with those tools.
That's a perfect example of synergy. The coding problem gets solved, and bam, it turns into writing content. Tracking shows that link.
Okay, couple more hobbies. Fish keeping. Goal. Joy and breeding. 2 specific plans mentioned.
Using a yellow-blue rack and finding species for outdoor ponds.
And the verdict.
Nothing on this yet, for both.
So tracking confirms. Still in the idea stage, no action this week. Which is useful info too, right?
Absolutely. It tells you where energy didn't go, essential for understanding the whole picture.
Then gardening. Goals. Health, nature connection, learning skills.
And there was action here. They started a seed germination project, marigold seeds bought from another hobbyist.
Yeah, I saw that. They seemed a bit unsure if they'd sprout. But the key thing is, they started.
Exactly. The initiation was tracked. Plus, continuing to prep the workspace, clearing space for more racks, even while still thinking about what kind of rack. Foundational stuff.
Okay, last one. Photography. Aiming to capture memories, explore creativity. Specific goal was finding the best macro lens for a mobile phone, like the fish keeping and parts of decluttering. Nothing on this for the week.
Another data point showing where focus wasn't directed.
Wow. Okay, that is a lot of detail packed into one weekly review. So, stepping back, what does tracking all this actually tell us?
Well, this deep dive into week 24, it gives us this incredibly rich snapshot, doesn't it? One person's very multifaceted approach to improving themselves and engaging with their hobbies.
It really shows the value of tracking diverse stuff consistently. Not just, steps and sleep, but creative work, technical hurdles, even tiny habits.
And crucially, it's not some perfect highlight reel. That's what makes it real. It clearly shows setbacks, fluctuations, like getting sick, totally derailing steps, and fasting.
Or that green tea incident affecting sleep. Simple mistakes happen. Tracking catches them.
Yeah, it shows they're just part of the process. And it really illustrates the juggling act, right? Balancing different kinds of goals.
Also,
You've got the hard numbers, the quantifiable health metrics, right alongside process stuff like meditation or skill building like coding or gardening.
right. Some progress you measure, some is just about showing up, putting in the effort, or just starting something new.
Exactly. We saw clear forward movement, like nailing that UVAM NOx issue and writing about it straight away. Or starting the marigold seeds. Tangible wins.
But the tracking was also honest about the zeros. No progress on that specific book or the fish keeping plans or finding that macro lens this week.
And that's just as important. It also highlights the steady effort on the basics, like meditation and just general light activity, even when bigger goals or ideal numbers weren't hit because, well, life happened.
Yeah, the tracking shows that baseline hum of activity.
So this review, it just makes it crystal clear that progress isn't some straight line upwards. It's messy.
Totally. Juggling lots of balls, dealing with setbacks, celebrating the small victories, and constantly adapting. Adapting to being sick or just choosing where to put your energy that week.
And the act of writing it all down, reviewing it, that forces a kind of awareness, a reflection you probably wouldn't get just living through the week without documenting it.
It gives you the data points to see the dynamics. So here's the really interesting part, maybe something for you listening to think about. When you see someone tracking all these seemingly separate things, sleep, coding, gardening, whatever, what does that detailed picture reveal?
Yeah, how are these different parts of life, physical health, mental state, creative work, how are they actually connected? How do they influence each other?
Seeing it all laid out like this for just one week, what stands out to you? What connections do you see?